And let's ask our expert guest. Emerson Cheung is co-founder of Movin Mobility EV in Toronto. Emerson, welcome to the show.
Hi, Mark. It's an honor to be here.
So you're in a business that sells e-bikes. Help me understand, when I hear the word e-bike, when these guys are talking about e-bikes, what is that? On the one hand, I've seen bikes that just look like normal bikes, but they seem to have some type of electric motor hidden away somewhere that I don't even notice. And on the other end, I just about got run over going to get my Tim Hortons, before the show by some guy on what is essentially a small electric pocket motorcycle going about 80 kilometers an hour with no license plate down the bike lane and then through the pedestrian crosswalk. So where does the e-bike category start and stop?
Yeah, for sure. So for an electric bike, the Ontario regulation is a maximum speed of 32 kilometers per hour. You can basically understand it as a bike with a motor and a battery. Now, I hope you're safe
I
from
survived
that accident, but this is something that definitely Ontario needs to work on to ensure the safety of pedestrians and riders with these new e-bikes coming up.
Now, to be classified an electric bike, does it have to have pedals?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It has to have all the features of a bike.
So you have to be able to operate it manual. You have to be able to pedal it if you want, even though you might never do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So the party leaders are offering, in the case of the Greens, $1,000 grant to purchase an e-bike. Liberals a little bit less generous, $500, which would be 30% of a rebate after you've bought it. How much electric bike, how much e-bike can I get for $1,000?
So I would say with the current market value, $1,000, you would probably be looking at the lower end of the electric bikes. I would say the comparable range will be around $2,000 to $3,000, where you can actually get a very reliable e-bike for you to either commute with or go on leisure every day. That's my take at least.
And so, say I want to get in at the lowest level, $2,000. I get a $1,000 grant back from the Green Party if Mike Schreiner becomes premier. Yay! Thank you, Mike. So it's $1,000 out of pocket eventually, whenever the check comes. But for $2,000, how far can I go on electric charge? Am I going to have to still pedal half the time? Is it just an assist, or can I basically use this like a scooter and just be a fat man and have it drive me everywhere?
Yeah, so it depends on, the battery capacity of the electric bike. For our own brand, the lowest kilometer that we have for a bike is around 60 kilometers or 6 to 8 hours without charging.
Wow.
So you can get quite far with an electric bike in that range.
Now, is it sort of your mileage may vary? If I live at the bottom of a big hill, it gets cut down very quickly if I have to go uphill?
It doesn't cut down very quickly, but it will definitely affect the range because it will require more power to go up hills.
And if I pedal it, does it charge it? Like, how do you charge these things? You have to plug it in, or does it recharge if I was to pedal it?
Yeah, so most e-bikes have removable battery. You would just take the battery off when you get home and plug it into any normal outlet. I believe there's nothing like the pedal charging or brake charging anything on the market right now.
Oh, really? I would have thought that would have been a natural, because that's fascinating. Well, there's a market opportunity, Emerson, for you and I to go into business.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So how is business in the e-bike? They were a rarity and a bit of a novelty to see one literally at the start of COVID, let me say. I would see them once in a while and kind of go, oh, wait a minute, the guy's not really even pedaling. But what's going on there? And now I see them all the time. How has your sales been? Has this been as much of an uptick? Like, these politicians aren't doing this for the good of the planet, Emerson, just between you and me. They see a market here. How many people want these things?
Yeah, for sure. So I can maybe talk briefly about my own case. E-bikes really took off, as you said, during COVID in 2020. And our brand actually only started last year, and we already have hundreds of customers buying our e-bikes. And, one of the appeal of e-bikes is it is cheaper than a car. It costs a fraction to build it, and it is better for the city to build e-bike infrastructure than car infrastructure. So I think that these are the major appeals for people nowadays.
And where can I actually ride one of these things? I was listening to, in Toronto and on some of the iHeart radio stations, Jerry Agar does a morning show and he talks to a traffic cop who does TikToks. And the question was, where should e-bikes operate? And there seems to be a lot of confusion. I've seen them on the sidewalk. I've seen them in bike lanes. I've seen them in car lanes. I've seen them basically anywhere you could fit one.
Yeah, you're not alone. I think the city definitely needs better e-bike infrastructure. But right now, what is in the regulation is you would just ride it on any bike lane, which again, the city of Toronto is lacking a lot.
Right. So, but basically, is there anything different between bike infrastructure and e-bike infrastructure?
Well, there's no e-bike infrastructure as of this moment. But it's definitely something that we hope that we can help our city get to.
So $2,000 is kind of the entry level. So $1,000 rebate on that would be a pretty good deal. But what's the top end e-bike that I could get?
Oh, that would be around 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. Any
$50,000.
Yes, with big name brands like Trek, like Yamaha. These are big bike companies that have gotten into e-bikes, and they've built really high-end e-bikes for these fanatics.
Wow. Emerson Cheung, co-founder of Movin Mobility EV in Toronto. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.